Hey guys, I'm Desikan, and in today's video I'm going to be reviewing this Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Dark Circle Eraser Concealer. This was recently launched on Nykaa.com and this retails for 650 rupees on Nykaa. Now in terms of packaging, it comes in this plastic tube and it has like a sponge applicator which gets a little too wet if you're using a lot of product, and it remains like that for quite some time and it doesn't dry up quickly. Now in terms of quantity of this, you get 6 ml of product in this concealer, which is much lesser than most of the concealers I own. Like the Maybelline Fit you get about 6.8 ml, and in the NYX Gotcha Covered Concealer you get 8 ml. The LA Girl Concealer you get 0.28 fluid ounces. This is like 0.2 fluid ounce, so you get like a little bit extra in this. Those are all the quantity comparisons that I have. This concealer claims to be not just a concealer, but it's also a treatment for your under eyes because it has goji berries and another ingredient called haloxyl. What goji berry typically does is that it hydrates your under eyes, so it's supposed to have that smooth look to your skin. It contains high amount of vitamin C as well, so which is to firm and tighten and protect your skin. So haloxyl is the ingredient that can help in reducing the discoloration underneath your eyes. So if you use this for a prolonged period of time, it's not just going to help in concealing your under eyes, but it's going to eventually treat it as well, which I don't feel is true. Like, I haven't found any difference in the dark circles that I have underneath my eyes after using this. I don't completely agree with the claim that it is sort of like a treatment concealer. I mean, I have used a product that is typically used underneath your eyes and I haven't seen any difference. This is the Kiehl's Midnight Recovery Eye. It's not something that you use for dark circles, but it's supposed to help the texture around your eyes, reduce fine lines and all that. So I have tried using a product specifically mentioned for under eye and I haven't found a difference, let alone using a concealer that's gonna help with my under eye circles, which I don't believe in completely. Now in India, this concealer comes in 4 shades. I have it in the shade medium, which I'm very surprised that they even label this medium, because if you're going to label something medium, that means that medium skin tone is going to use it, and I don't know how medium skin tones use concealer that is very white based. Now as you can see from the demo and the swatch, this concealer is very white based. When I am using a concealer, I want it to conceal my under eyes rather than highlighting. That's the reason I use a concealer. I don't want it to highlight my dark circles and make it look ashy. It doesn't conceal anything for me. It in fact highlights everything and makes it look all the more worse. So if I have to give you a quick comparison as to how the LA Girl looks, as you guys can see, this is the typical undertone that I expect my concealer to have. Somewhat of a yellow undertone. Not that this concealer can completely cover up my dark circles, but it kind of helps in a way, like to mask the under eye circles rather than highlighting it. But this one just doesn't do anything for me. And in terms of texture of this, if you apply it underneath your eyes, you have to do like one eye at a time and conceal it because it dries very fast. It's a very dry texture and it doesn't really blend very easily for me. I tried it with a brush, I tried it with a sponge, I tried it with my fingers. And with my fingers, I found it to be the easiest to blend it because of that texture. Now if you have very dry skin under your eyes, you might want to stay away from this. It's going to dry it out all the more. And also I can't use this concealer anywhere, like to spot conceal or cover the pigmentation around my mouth or something like that. Because of that dry texture, you don't really have to set this concealer. I mean, it doesn't crease that much, but it's a hassle to blend it, and you can see like stark white thing underneath your eyes because of the texture of this and because it doesn't blend at all. Now in terms of ingredients, it does contain parabens in it. So if you are someone who's like very scared of parabens in your makeup or something like that, you might want to stay away from this. And this one is made in China. Now if you want a quick comparison with other concealers, the Maybelline Fit they don't really have the same ingredients, but the coverage that it provides is pretty much the same thing. I had the same problem with the Maybelline Fit as well because of the white base that it has. It doesn't really have a sort of slight yellow undertone, which people of my skin tone with dark circles can use. This one never covered my dark circles for me. It's the same thing with this. I mean, this one is a lot more blendable, but the terms of coverage, I find that both of this gives me pretty much the same coverage. And the Maybelline Fit retails for about 400 rupees. Now comparing it to the LA Girl concealer, this one is the closest that I like to the MAC Prolong Wear Concealer. I find that this one is pretty similar, although I find that the MAC concealer provides a little more coverage and creases a lot less underneath the eyes. And this one has that strong yellow undertone, so if you have dark circles, it will help concealing it. But I would like to mention that it doesn't completely cover up my dark circles. It won't look like there's no dark circles, absolutely. It does peek through, but it's pretty good. This one retails for around 500 rupees or 495 or something on Nykaa.com. And now comparing it to the L'Oreal True Match Concealer, you get about 5.2 ml of product in this, which is way lesser than this one. But again, this one is close to the LA Girl Concealer. It does provide pretty good coverage, but this one is a lot more expensive, and this one retails for 895 rupees, which is a little too pricey. Now comparing it to the NYX Concealer, you get about 8 ml of product in this, which is really good, and this retails for 550 rupees. I have it in the shade medium. I don't really like the coverage that this concealer provides, but I don't really like the texture of this. It's very thick, so it takes a lot of time to blend it out, and it does look a little weird underneath the eye, so you have to set this concealer. But it is pretty good, and it depends on how you like your concealers to be. If you don't like that kind of tacky finish and very thick moussey textures, you will not like this product. But other than that, this is pretty good. A little goes a long way with this one. So that's pretty much everything I wanted to talk about this concealer. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found this video helpful. Don't forget to like this video and also subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.